Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I started the time early. I wasn't sure if we were going to go live, and because we were having some Wi Fi issues. So I wanted to make sure that I'm like, either go live now or don't go live. I better go live now before the Wi Fi goes out. Welcome, everybody, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me make sure everybody and their mama knows that we are live. Hold up. Let's see. Is this working? Can y'all see me? Let me know. Let me know. Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Welcome, everybody. Everybody come through, come through, come through. Oh, hopefully the Wi-Fi doesn't go out again. All right, let me make sure I let everybody know we are live. We are live now, right now. Can y'all see me? Let me know. Because I see everybody in the chat, but I just don't know if y'all see me. Okay, Roberta Real says hello, Rabbit. So I know everybody sees me. Let me let everybody on Discord know that we are live right now. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. You see me. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dusty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Make sure everything's good. How's everybody doing? Oh, chicken cakes. That's what we need to find out what's going on because let me tell you what had happened. Okay. We're going to go right to the article. Candy Lee, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for supporting me that long. Tiffany says, I'm not sure I can stomach watching anything that this chick wins at, even the title, unless she's winning in a jail sentence, girl. Tiffany's like, listen, I'm not having it, Rabbit. No, no. Nebby, welcome. Clearwater Chad, welcome. Thank you for being here. The last Ronan, me, you is in the house. Thank you for being here. Priya, welcome. You watch, I know. So we're going to talk about that law and crime update. So law and crime did an update today on the Alexee Trevizo case, okay? And this is getting big. We need to talk about it because we've been covering this case. And it looks like we might not even have a trial come August. Thank you. I'm just saying, Bokumaru Chico's in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm taking advantage of the Wi-Fi because it's working right now. Brenda K, welcome. Everybody, yes. Hey, Glow, welcome, welcome. Bo's in the house. Me, you, Jojo, everybody's here. Ooh, Bossy's in the house. Thank you for being here. We got to get into some true crime, true crime. Crafty Kid is in the house. Welcome, love. CK says, hey, Rabbit, I see you and I got notified. Yes. Thank you, you too. Thank you. Because sometimes they don't like me. Sometimes they don't like me. Y'all hit the like button so they like me because they really need to like me, apparently. Tina, the last 20, thank you for being here. Listen, that's what it's looking like. We're going to get into it, okay? I promise y'all, we're going to get into it. Demaya, Claudia says, I'm a lurker. Well, love, I'm glad you're out the bushes. Welcome. Get your lawn chair. Sit down. I got some water. I don't have any caffeine. I probably should have some, but oh well. It's getting late and I don't want to be up all night. Chicken cakes. Welcome. All right, everybody. Shauna B's in the house too, and Julie's here as well. Thank you. Lauren's here as well. You got alerted. Man, I started like not even before time, and everybody, at least some people got alerted. Okay, well, thank you, YouTube. All right, and then just Jamie says, or maybe I'm not ready for it. You said if they're not charging her, I'll be shocked. I listen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Hey, Nebulous, but New Mexico, y'all need to figure this out. You don't know the news yet? Well, good. We're gonna get right to it. Okay, so let's start by doing this. Let's pull up the article. See if I was able to pull it up from Law and Crime. So Law and Crime. Here it is. Law and Crime, Law and Crime. Our friends over there at Law and Crime did a little article and they also did a video, and we have to talk about this article and video. So let's start with the article, okay? Hey, DD Marie, shout out to you. You said good karma for getting Tom Cruise off that website. Shout out to my subby. Honestly, it's my subby. But you guys, speaking of just a little bit on that Scientology stuff, clearly there's a lot more work to do because there's so many websites that is promoting this jackass. Like he has the cure for it, and it's misinformation. So we got to figure out how to deal with that, and we're going to do our best. That's all we can do. Okay, every time I think Alexee, I think of her sitting in the background looking like a cardboard box cut out from The Attorney. I remember that. All right. Let's get it together. So, woman accused of killing and dumping newborn in hospital trash may see her big court victory reverse as prosecutors push to reinstate key evidence. So, for those that watched the last video, we talked a little bit about the fact that there was evidence that they were trying to, like, they were successfully able to get the body cam footage out. They were successfully able to get what else? Certain things that she said during the body cam footage and the recordings. There was a lot of things that the defense was able to do that the prosecutors would need to, they would need that stuff to make their case. But here we are. They're trying to fight. Okay. They're trying to get to make sure that everybody sees what actually happened. And a lot of you guys that have not been following this case, you could follow it. We did a lot of videos on it. Alexee Trevizo is a 19-year-old girl who oh man, she denied being pregnant, goes to the hospital in New Mexico, denied being pregnant, goes to the bathroom, delivers the baby boy, puts that baby boy in the trash at the hospital. Does the double lining of that baby. Nobody hears the baby cry. The hospital doesn't go and open the door. She's in there for a couple minutes, putting this baby in the trash can, putting another liner in it, double knotted, and then walks out of there, goes back over there. The hospital staff is right there checking the bathroom and trying to figure out, oh, okay, so like what's going on here? What's the deal? The bathroom looks like, because she just had a baby, it's like bloody all over. They bring the cleaning person over. Cleaning person starts to clean. They check the bathroom. They notice that thing is weighing a lot. Give me one sec, y'all. Hold up. Give me one sec. Sorry, y'all. They're noticing, man, this trash can is weighing a lot right now. We got to figure this out. Like, what's going on? Then they realize the cleaning lady, poor cleaning lady, the bag is to the newborn baby's face, like right here. Okay. The baby basically died. It was born alive. Baby was born alive and it died there. And she continued to deny that she was not pregnant until she was actually, the nurse in the hospital said to her, we just saw a baby, like there's a baby in there. Is that yours? And what did she say? It wasn't crying. And mom is right there. Lexee, what did I tell you about this, Lexee? What's going on? That's their voice. Okay. That's that Mexican Latina mom. I know what that's like because I was raised that way. Okay. That's what happened. So body cam footage gets released everywhere. That poor cleaning woman, thank you. That poor cleaning woman had to see all that. Okay. So what happened is that the defense had a little victory. Defense went over there and said, this is a violation of Hippa, all this stuff that was released out here to the public, everything that was released out to the public. Therefore, the judge there granted it. So what they're going to do, they're going to go to the Supreme Court, these prosecutors, and they're going to say, no. We're going to fight. We want to take this girl to trial because what she did was not okay. It was not okay. So that is the short of that. Now, of course, there's longer videos of it. That's what's going on. The girl, I don't know. Like, listen, there are pictures. She's a cheerleader. Okay. She's a cheerleader. There are pictures of a pregnant cheerleader and nobody noticed. Everybody just kind of said, no, nothing's going on. She missed her period. There was just so many moving parts to this. And this poor little baby boy, autopsy done. He was murdered, you guys. What is it? Asphyxiation. The bag. He was born alive. He didn't die there. He was born alive. And then, he couldn't breathe, being in this little liner and can or whatever. Yes, she hid. She hid the pregnancy. Baggier clothes. Allegedly, she was taking diet pills. She was doing all that. Thank you, JoJo. She was huge. Okay, she was a pregnant cheerleader. I don't know how. Let me tell you guys. Okay, let me tell you guys. Alexee Trevizo, cheerleader. Y'all gonna see. You cannot miss this cheerleader. Okay, you will not miss. You see her, you're gonna know she is pregnant. Hold up, here we go. Here, because there are some people that said, Rabbit, I don't think she was pregnant. Okay, well, let me just show you this picture. Y'all see that? Let me make myself smaller. Does that not look like a pregnant teenager right there? And this was, I want to say, maybe a month or two before she delivered. Thank you. Thank you. The fact that she was showing, that's what it was. Her mom, and then her mama wanted to act like I didn't know. So I don't know. Part of me felt a little part of me felt a little bad because I was like, that's right, Diamond. Part of me felt a little bit bad because I said, I know what it's like to be with like an overbearing mother. Her mother was in the hospital room while they were questioning her about being pregnant, and she was denying it. After they had a positive P test, okay, she was denying it. So I don't know if she was just scared of her mom to admit that she was pregnant, because her mom's like very overbearing, and you could see that. She, like I said, she's that Latina mom. I know what that feels like. I mean, I definitely get it. I get the culture. So maybe she didn't want to say anything, but I'm just saying. Let me see. And and that was a good question, because I wondered, like, the coaches, did anybody know anything? Miyu says mom knew everything. Priya says, you can't tell me not one person knew she was pregnant. Be Kind says, so obvious. Demaya says, the fact that her mom stated in the video at the hospital that they discussed the earlier case, they knew, they all talked about it. Oh, speaking of the earlier case, so before Alexee Trevizo in New Mexico, there was another woman, another girl by the name of Alexis, who also did the same. She delivered. The only difference is that she delivered and then she dumped her baby at the at a, what is it, like a dumpster. The baby actually survived. And that girl, that Alexis girl, she's been serving her sentence. So when her mom said, I told you, Lexi, we talked about this. You told me about it. That's what she was talking about. She knew. She knew. Okay. So, anyways, so prosecutors are working hard to reinstate, everything that in their little court they said, no, this was a HIPAA violation. So they're working hard. They're going to take this to the Supreme Court. This is what I'm saying, is we probably won't even see a trial in August. We probably won't see a trial in August. A New Mexico woman accused of murdering her newborn in a hospital bathroom when she was a teenager recently won a significant legal victory, and now the state is looking into to undo that win, all but certainly pushing back a trial that was set to begin next month. I know that I am not the only true crime YouTuber that was waiting for this trial to start. I know that. I know that. So now this is going to get pushed back. There might not be a trial in August because they're going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court. They're going to go on and argue with this because they're saying it was not no HIPAA violation based on everything. Now, I don't know how that would work as far as HIPAA violation, given that her mother was there. So if they were so concerned about HIPAA, like, why wouldn't they let the lady leave? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Well, that's what I like to know. I'd like to know that because the baby was born alive. I'm just saying. The baby was born alive. All right, so let's keep going. So they might push back this trial. And everybody was on edge on YouTube when the story broke last year in the summer. Y'all remember that? So I knew that this was going to be, you talk about Karen Reed was controversial. I had a feeling this was going to be just as crazy at that, everybody's so invested in wanting to find out what the outcome was going to be. That's how I feel like this case is going to be. But anyways, Alexee, who's now 20, she was 19 when the crime occurred, has appeared in court exactly once so far in August of 2023. Y'all remember Her attorney, Mr. Colonel Sanders, I don't think that's his name. I forgot his name. Something Mitchell. Anyways, Mr. Colonel Sanders, he was sitting in front and he was like, "Yes, Your Honor," yada, yada, yada. And then it looked like Alexee was a cutout behind the table. Yeah. So that's the only time she's appeared. It was on Zoom and we all watched it. We all watched it. We were invested. We were so invested that the internet was going off at the courtroom. They couldn't, like, they had so many people calling in to hear everything and people were speaking over each other. Oh yeah, it was like that. But anyways, why are you Crafty Kid, you know it was Mr. Colonel Sanders. That was the running joke. We called him Mr. Colonel Sanders. Y'all remember? Anyways, I'm done. Okay. AK, welcome. And a crime was committed. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Kate. Okay. You said, "Ooh, baby was unalive. Do a DNA test to see if she was the mother." Ooh. Well, there you go. An attorney should step in for the baby's rights. Just a thought. I mean, I don't know how. If the baby's, I don't know. Can that happen if the baby's deceased now? She was so unbothered after the death, and the boyfriend, is that what you're talking about, or the baby, the father of the baby, the prom picture? Yeah, they went to prom afterwards. That's what happened. She don't take, no, she don't. They don't. They blame it. But the thing is like, and I'm on the fence on this. You all know that I feel like the hospital bears a level of responsibility here, just because, and I've discussed that a couple times, and we go back and forth on that, y'all. Everybody feels a little bit different. Yeah, you said it was my fault, but he did look like Miss. Did you say it, Chico? You were the one that said it was Mr. Colonel Sanders. I don't know. Oh, him. She is 20 now. She was 19 when this crime happened. Mhm. You didn't watch it because you were so mad? Oh, Lord. Well, we watched it. Girl. We were all in it. But, anyways, let's keep reading. In response, District Attorney Deanna Luce, who represents Eddie Lee Chavez counties in the land of the New Mexico, has asked the state highest court to salvage the high-profile case. The highest court. What is the highest court? Y'all already know what that is. The defense successful suppression of the evidence reaches a great deal of what the prosecutors likely would have presented to jurors. First, the defense argued that the strong patient physician privilege under New Mexico law prohibits the prosecution from using of almost all of what happened at the Artesian Hospital in January of 2023, except for the basic fact of the staff reporting the dead infant found in the trash can. Now, here's the deal. Listen, I know the real deal. You tell them. Listen. Let me just say this, okay? She didn't give birth at a mall. She didn't give birth at the school gym. She gave birth at a hospital. At a hospital where anybody could have saved that baby's life, whether the baby was crying or not. Anybody. She didn't give the hospital staff the opportunity to save that baby's life. Hey, Articulate, she didn't give, let me repeat that again, all right? She gave birth at a hospital. She didn't give the hospital the opportunity to save that baby's life, whether she wanted the baby or not, because she could have said, you know what, I'm going to college next year. I'm not doing this, yada, yada, yada. You know? But she didn't do it. I know. Mommy Brown says, I mean, Colonel Sanders knows his job. People laugh and people hate on the man. You know what, though? But he did do his, you know what? Mommy Brown, you're right. He did his job. Colonel Sanders did his job, right? Yes, EK. In my opinion, now people like to, because some of y'all are hospital staff here. You guys, listen, I love y'all nurses and doctors. Love you, okay? But I do personally feel like the hospital bears a level of responsibility because they took a pregnancy test and it was the urine, right? They did the urine test and it came back. They kept asking her. And instead of, like, I'm not asking, I don't know. When I'm pregnant or I've been pregnant right? The hospital staff will not leave me alone if I'm at a hospital, even when it's a high risk pregnancy, right? I mean, they're going to follow me. They're not in the bathroom. But if somebody that has, their urine is coming back with a high level of whatever, and it's showing that she's pregnant, and she's clearly telling you that she's not, then clearly mentally something's not clicking right? So that's somebody that needs to be supervised. That's somebody that needs to be watched. I'm not saying go watch her pee. I'm saying she needs to be watched. That's what I mean. Thank you. That's another one too. Jill, thank you for the $5, my love. Shout out to you. Okay. But thank you, Jill. Shout out to you. Thank you. All right, let me shout out some folks. Julie has been a member for 5 months. Thank you, Julie, for being a member. And Chicken Cakes just became a member. Shout out to Chicken Cakes. Shout out to you. No, they weren't, D. They weren't. They should have asked mom to leave the room. Thank you. That's the other stuff. There's another layer of responsibility there. You got a 19-year-old girl that's denying being pregnant, and her mama is overbearing right next to her bed. Why didn't you guys ask that woman to leave? Because she's an adult. Okay? She doesn't need her mommy right there. She don't know. She's denying having sex, and that she's on birth control. Make that woman leave. I don't care. Tell her to go outside. That's what you do. Okay? Because clearly she's overbearing. That's what she was. Okay? I'm just saying. All right. Y'all ready? You're ready to go. Okay, so let's get it together, you guys. Let's see. So New Mexico law prohibits the prosecution from using almost all of what has happened at the Artesian Hospital in January of 2023, except the fact that the baby was in the trash can. The privilege applies from the time that she went to the hospital, and it applies to everyone there. So that is where the privilege part, okay? What is it? The Hippa part, that's where it applies. The privilege applies from the time she went to the hospital, and it applies to everyone there. Mitchell, Colonel Sanders, y'all can hate him, but he did his job, okay? He's going to defend her. Colonel Sanders said this last year. Everything that takes place from the time she first went to the hospital, everything that the doctor and the nurses said, all of that was privilege communication, okay? All of it. So that is what the argument. The court said, yeah, you know what? He's right. They ruled in his favor. So guess what? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to take it to the Supreme Court, the highest court. And I want to say shout out to Jill. Jill, thank you so much again, my love, for, first of all, for the $5, and then also for buying the people some memberships. You guys put a heart in the chat if you got memberships from Jules. Thank you, guys. That's an awesome way to support my channel. I appreciate you. Yeah, to the time that she signed the admitted papers to be seen on. There you go. That's the privilege part. Night Charm Rabs said this purple streak's going nowhere, hunty. Where you been, Night Charm? Shout out to you. Oh my God. I feel like I never see you anymore. Don't do that. All right. So let's get it together with this whole true crime situation. So Law and Crime just dropped this. We're going to listen to some of the commentary. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, okay? And make sure y'all are hitting that like button. Let's get this full screen while I'm over here giving commentary under fair use. Law and Crime, do not copyright me because I'm going to give commentary to all of this. All right, let's do this.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know. Lexi, I told you about this.
Questions are arising over what jurors.
Y'all see that? Lexi, I told you about this. Girl. Hold up.
Will and won't be allowed to hear next month at the trial of a New Mexico teenager facing serious charges of killing her baby. We break down what we can expect the court to do in the case of Alexee Trevizo with Professor of Law, Jules Epstein. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Let's go, Jesse
The state
Weber.
Supreme Court out in New Mexico could decide a very important legal issue in a nationally recognized case. This is the case of now 20-year-old Alexee Trevizo, who's been charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence in connection with the death of her newborn. Yeah. So hospital workers, they found a newborn baby dead in an Artesia General Hospital bathroom last January, and Trevizo claimed she didn't even know she was pregnant.
I've never seen anything like that. I pray to God I never see it again.
And the legal issue,
She didn't even know she was pregnant. Missed periods. Let me tell y'all what happened. She decides she's on birth control, okay? Sexually active, even though she's claiming she didn't have, there was nothing. Sexually active on birth control, and decides, I'm gonna stop taking birth control and start taking diet pills. She's realizing that she's gaining weight. She starts taking the diet pills. So you stop taking birth control, you're on the diet pills, you're having sex, girl, something's gonna give. Crafty said, mentirosa. Mentirosa. That's what that was right there.
we're talking about right now all surrounds what Trevizo allegedly said at the hospital and whether it can come into evidence during her trial. It's actually a really fascinating legal issue, as well as an incredibly important piece of evidence in this case. So I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory here. January 27th, 2023, the then 19-year-old high school student sought medical attention for what she...
And by the way, this picture right here, and let me see, I'm going to make myself smaller. Oh, no. Smaller, damn it. Here it is. Let me make myself even smaller. This picture right here, this was shortly after all of that situation happened. They decided to go to prom. Now, can I ask a question? Why are they blocking the baby daddy, the father of that child? Why are they blocking him? They blocked his face. We've been knowing what he looks like. Like, why are y'all blocking him? I'm just saying. Okay, you said, Mira la Virgen Maria. Stop it, me and you. Stop it. Sabrina speaks easy. It says, that mom is bad news. As a Latina mom with a Latina mom, I could recognize the cultural mother wound. Yes, thank you for saying that. I don't know if I would necessarily say it's narcissism, because let me just say, I feel like we throw that out. This is just my opinion, though, Sabrina. We throw that out a lot, but I definitely agree with you on the level of, like, because I came from that. I know what that feels like, right? And it's something that really impacted me when I was a teenager, like in all my decision making. It truly did. So her being kind of like this mom that was like hurting Lexi versus educating her, maybe, or maybe even just instilling fear that she can't even tell her mom she's pregnant. Maybe that's what it was. That's another one. Yes, CK, it was the Immaculate Conception. Sure was.
What she thought was lower back pain. And while at the hospital, later around 1:30 in the morning, she unexpectedly went into labor.
We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door.
You hear him? He said she's denying that she had sex. She can't act like she don't know what sex is. But part of I'm just wondering if that came from the mama being there. Like the mom, like I said, was very overbearing, right? So I'm wondering if some of that came from that. You know what I mean? Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't mean to diagnose anyone, but yeah, we know what that feels like. The mom is very reactive, and as a teen, I was so scared. I feel you. I didn't exactly. If that was my mom in that hospital, whether I'm 19 or hell, I mean, now it's a little different, but if I'm 19 to 25, I probably would have denied that I was having sex. Just because why would you? Especially when you're your mama. Yeah, I'm telling you guys how it is. I wasn't raised to openly talk about things like that. I had to learn a lot of things while talking to other people, which is unfortunate. This is why I take a stand on it and talk to your kids about sex. You have to. Don't tell them that they're going to go to hell if they're having naughty dreams. Like, don't do that. But I agree with you. Thank you, Sabrina. Because there is this like fear-based, like abstinence is the way to go. Well, it doesn't always work that way. Yeah, I heard that too, that the Italians are the same way. Thank you. Yes. And it takes two to tango, Nebulous. Not just your daughters. Talk to your sons too. You know what I mean? Talk to all of them because you just don't know. See, be kind's like, you might deny having sex, but would you deny? I would never put a baby in a bin. That's the whole different deal. See, I wouldn't have done all that. But, what made her feel that way? Because she was set up to go to college and she went to college, but still, if the hospital staff and police had suspicions, why did they allow the mom to stay? Thank you. That's a great question, especially the mom with the hospital staff before the police arrived. Yeah.
Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood and shit everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing a vaginal exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Is what happened. And then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She would
Full term baby, and she didn't know she was pregnant. What did she think? She just ate the buffet and was like a big girl. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, even with my first, you know what I'm saying? I was as big as a house. You got to be kidding me. And she didn't know she was pregnant. Get the fuck out of here.
She wouldn't tell us she's pregnant.
And as hospital staff went about their regular duties, this is when a harrowing discovery was made. The lifeless body of a newborn baby shoved to the bottom of the trash can. No one around Trevizo knew what was going on, not even her own mother, apparently. Now, I want you to listen very carefully to what Trevizo allegedly says here.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do. Alexee, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth. It was not crying or nothing. What did you do to it? Okay, stop right here.
Ooh, what did you do to it? This is all body cam footage. What did you do to it?
Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority. If she just had a baby, I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly. Yeah. Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Something was crying. Let's see. Have you watched the news of the girls what they do to their babies and what they go to jail? I was crying.
Lexi, I told you. That's what she was referring to. There was last year, but the year before this, there was a case of a woman named Alexis in New Mexico, same state, same thing, same situation happened, the same. Yeah, that one. Yeah, mother is guilt and fear based. Lexi, yep, that's what she did. I cannot.
I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, you do have to have the police involved.
Mm.
And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing. I know. But the baby's going to have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything.
And it's been reported that it was determined via autopsy the baby died of asphyxiation and was not a stillborn. And speaking with several witnesses, including hospital staff and Trevizo's boyfriend at the time, she was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Her defense attorneys, though, later made the arguments that her statements at the hospital shouldn't be allowed in at her upcoming trial, saying doctor-patient privilege was violated, her Miranda rights were violated, and guess what? The district court sided with Trevizo's defense. And now...
There you go. So that was the last update that we gave you. So now this is the new update.
Prosecutors are appealing the decision to the state Supreme Court. According to KRQE News, District Attorney Diana Luce says in part, quote, "All I can say is that obviously it was evidence that we believe was proper, evidence that we believe that we should be allowed to use, and we respectfully disagree." She continues on to say, quote, "Is this really just a medical issue that is private and confidential, or were there some type of actions that rise to the level of criminal intent? We believe that it rises to the level of criminal intent. Our job is to protect children, especially any infant who cannot protect themselves." And the DA's office says that they're committed to prosecuting this case. There's no timeline on when exactly the state Supreme Court could decide to take up this issue. However, it's now unlikely, it seems, that the case will go to trial as planned in August because the DA's office is awaiting an answer for their request on reversing that decision.
So there you go. Will there be a trial in August? Probably not. Probably not. Here's the deal, Kim. Like, when did it stop being Hippa? Because I thought that as soon as a knowledge of a crime was that there was a crime that it had been committed, that Hippa was out the window. That it's evidence it's not Hippa, it's criminal intent because it's also child abuse. And the baby is an infant or not. I mean, it's a newborn. So how does this work? Yeah, doctors aren't priests. Don't get why a criminal matter, there's no privileged information should be public. So this is... They did right by calling the police. Because criminal matter. There's a dead baby, newborn baby in the bathroom. And she tried to hide it. That there is evidence for sure. But the problem was that they didn't secure it as evidence. They didn't follow proper procedures to make it become evidence. Ooh, well, there's that. And there's that. Okay. Let me see. A hospital has the obligation, hold up, to report child abuse. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. If you got a gift, please put a heart for Jill. She's the one that gifted us tonight. Thank you. Alexee seems like a spoiled brat who lies and use to manipulating everyone around her, avoiding accountability for 19 years. Lord have mercy. You know, Hippa should halt when a possible crime has been committed. But they granted it. So now they're going to the higher court. I think she did when she got arrested. Like when they removed the placenta, they had to transfer her to a different hospital because this hospital wasn't like a hospital that was equipped for like labor and delivery. They literally had to take her to a different hospital to deliver the placenta. And so I believe after the placenta was delivered, then they Miranda and cuffed her and booked her. And the following day, mom went in there to pay her bail. That's what she did. Hey, Monica, welcome. You said, wouldn't delaying her trial violate? That's Venus. That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah, so there's not going to be a trial in August. I don't think that there's going to be if they're waiting for the Supreme Court to decide on this decision. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I've been wrong before. I'll eat crow with some green salsa, green chili, but I've been wrong before. It was like what do you call those? Like, it wasn't like a full-on hospital that could deliver babies. It's like an extension hospital. Almost like what they call like a urgent care type of deal. You know, I don't know. Yeah, it's like for very low level though. I don't like they had to take her out to give to deliver the placenta. But let's keep watching.
And this case marks the third time in 2 years something like this has happened with a New Mexico teenager allegedly putting their baby in the trash, which is just kind of unbelievable to think about. Hey, we'll get right back to the story in just a minute, but I want to thank our incredible sponsor here on Sidebar.
All right, so let me move because we're not being sponsored.
/LC Sidebar. So one of the first things that the defense argued, and it seems that the district court agreed, was that there are issues of doctor-patient privilege and that was violated when those conversations were handed over to authorities. Would you agree with that?
Well, that's an issue. I'll agree with that. So New Mexico has a doctor-patient privilege, just like we talk about an attorney-client privilege or what you say to your priest or your imam or your rabbi, that certain discussions are meant to be private and to stay private because otherwise people won't talk to their doctor or talk to their lawyer. There was certainly a medical person in the room in that conversation where the mother was also sort of interrogating her daughter. The appropriateness of that we can leave for another time. New Mexico law has been interpreted by New Mexico courts to say that if this is truly a doctor-patient interaction and not willfully disclosed to third parties, then those words are as private as if you said them in a confessional or in a lawyer's office. The comment you played before from the district attorney, which was something like, well, there's supposedly a medical thing here, but we think this is important criminal evidence, that doesn't mesh. It doesn't matter if it's discussing a crime. If you're saying it to the doctor as part of your care, it's protected.
That is crazy. Kim's like, y'all see you guys in the chat? I disagree with them. Tired of it all. Shout out to you. Says you can be charged with child endangerment by leaving your child in a car by running into a store. Yeah, don't do that, y'all. Don't ever leave your child in the car running. Or even like sometimes don't even leave your child in the car in general, even if whether it's running or not, just don't do it. Because I've seen some crazy ass cases. I used to work in CPS. I told you I did 10 years of it. There's some crazy situations and you never know what could happen. But I'm glad you brought this up. But you're right. You can be charged with child endangerment for that. But they don't think a baby being thrown in a garbage liner and suffocating is a crime. That is a great comment. And I'm glad. So are they prioritizing the patient, client, doctor privilege over the fact that a crime just occurred and there's a baby? So I don't know. Yes, infamous. I would agree with you. There was a huge denial of the pregnancy for sure. You said super surprising that school officials didn't bring it up or notice it. Right, real deal. Or even like the gym teacher, because she's cheerleading. Like, give me a break. Hospitals mandated reporter. That's BS. There is no thing in Mexico with mandated reporting. Yeah, like one doesn't trump. Look at you. CK is like, I call BS. I disagree with them. Any HIPAA issue, the hospital would be liable. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. You said, I agree, even though this was horrible. Bokumaro says they say the hospital, I think they say the hospital they sent her to in the video. Okay. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Tina says, question, how can the hospital be HIPAA compliant and their obligation of being a mandated reporter? Well, that's a great question. You know, Lexi's case is one of a kind in that sense, because you do have like multiple parties. You have a hospital, you have the crime that happened. There's so many things, so many factors to consider. I don't know of any other. Well, okay, let me take that back. There might have been another case of a woman who decided to dump her baby at a hospital, but it might have been alive. Like that's different. No, this is somebody who had a baby, put her baby in the trash can, and then put a liner over it, and then the baby suffocated. And it asphyxiation is a huge thing. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, and CK, how do you get out of circular reasoning? Because you really, in this situation, it's hard. It's hard. There you go. Isn't putting a body in a trash bag illegal? I don't know. Is it? Is the body dead or alive? Tiffany, I don't know how to answer your question, but thank you for the $1.99. What do y'all think about Tiffany's question? Y'all put a comment in there. Tiffany, Spooky Fox, like, exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. See, Spooky Fox sees you. It's murder, right? So you said it's not, can go public. It's murder. It is murder. Abuse of a corpse? Okay, so then if the medical examiner's office puts a body in a bag, that's different. I don't know. Y'all tell me. She's not a minor. She was 19. And if she was 18, she still wouldn't be considered a minor as well, right? Anyways, I love talking to y'all, and I'm just saying. I know. I hear you on that. But sometimes they can charge for internet. So what was her internet with? Oh, so I was thinking about this too. Have they pulled her Google searches? Because a girl that age would have been like, I miss my period, Google. Like, could I be pregnant? Am I pregnant? I miss my period. Like, I'm trying to think of this. What did she think was going to happen when she put that baby in the trash? Did she think that she was just going to go back to the hospital? Everything was going to be fine. She was going to be let go. And then like, what did she think was going to happen? I'm curious. I don't know. Her mom was in the room, so no privilege. That's what I'm saying. When didn't the privilege stop when her mom was in the room and doing the Alexee? What are you doing? What I'm saying, Kim, is if she had missed her period, right? So she was pregnant, or maybe I'm just assuming, right? So I'm kind of wondering, was there anything in her Google searches that would have maybe led her to believe that she was pregnant? Because her argument was that she was not she denied having sex at the hospital. So I'm kind of wondering about this. Like, did she Google search anything that would have alluded, like she knew she hadn't, because a lot of it is intent, right? Okay, let me keep going, okay? And we're only going to watch a couple minutes of this, but y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments, okay?
What I think is going to have to happen is that the court is going to have to say, with her mom in the room, is that part of the privilege? Because sometimes when the third party is present, that takes the privilege away.
Mm.
They're going to have to say, were you really talking towards your medical care? Reasonable minds might be able to differ on the answer to that, but it is indeed a legitimate claim that the
Yes, that's a good point. Because remember, Jojo, I put your comment because it goes along with that. Rabbit, I don't believe there's confidentiality when there's a third party. So when her mom was confronting her, she was answering to her mom, right? So there's no privilege there. And everybody happens to be there. This is why I tell you guys that the hospital failed in that sense. Like, they should have dismissed the mom away, but they didn't. They kept her in the room. Who knows? Maybe she would have like admitted to have been pregnant or said, yeah, I had sex. I stopped taking birth control because I was taking these diet pills. And then one and one could have put together and said, yeah, you're pregnant, girl. Or, you're expecting or you're about to deliver. The baby was full term. I don't know. All right, let's keep watching.
that the defense raised.
Her attorney, Trevizo's attorney, Gary Mitchell, said the privilege applies from the time she went to the hospital, and it applies to everybody there. Everything that takes place from the time she first went to the hospital, everything the doctor and the nurses said, they could not give that out without a waiver from my client, and we didn't waive it. Now, the state argues that this was not a HIPAA violation, that she waived her rights because she started talking to doctors and her mother, and police happened to be in the room. So giving those statements, what's your take on that, Professor?
So the doctor-patient privilege that New Mexico has is independent of HIPAA. HIPAA is a federal law about sharing information, and I'm no HIPAA expert.
But you could certainly pretend to be, and we wouldn't know the difference. That's how good Charles Epstein is. But
I'm not going to try that. But I'm not sure everything you say physically in a hospital pertains to the treatment. And it may be you're in a room with another patient and their family's there and everybody can hear, right? So there may be limitations on that rather broad claim of what the lawyer said.
Oh.
But look at what's going on in the moment there. This young woman is bleeding. They're trying to figure out, how do we treat the bleeding? How do we stanch it? How do we protect her life? And this discussion is going on in that context. That's a stronger argument that this is medically related. Again, I don't think that having my mom in the room ends the doctor-patient privilege. I'm not a judge in New Mexico. I can't say what they would.
Do you think it's also because of the age of Alexee Trevizo?
Alexee was 19. Why is the age even coming up? Okay, hold up. You said she never told the cops to leave freely and spoke. That's right. She could have said, please don't tell my mom. Doc could have escorted mom out of to deliver the baby, given that, give it up for adoption or whatever it may be, decision wise. Even if her mom was in the room, she is probably a statutory agent. I'm thinking of the right term, and the cops were in the room. I don't know. You said, how would it be? Will it be violating HIPAA with the camera footage being put out there all this time too? Or no, I don't know, Infamous. That was my biggest concern about this, because I heard that so much information got leaked on this case. Y'all remember we were going live and we would talk about people leaking information on this case. The nurse tech, if you watch those interrogation videos or those interviews that the detectives did with the staff, with the nursing staff, it'll piss you off. And you know what? I might just upload all those and put them in a video and we'll talk about them and everything. So there was a tech. So the cleaning lady saw everything that was going on. There was a tech that took a photo of the bathroom. She didn't turn it into police. They didn't find out about this photo like 4 months after. So, but why would this tech take a photo from her own personal device? Because that's evidence, makes it, they have to turn all that in. And she only mentioned it 4 months after it. So the crime happened. She gets booked. Okay. And she doesn't even get charged or anything until like 4 months or 3 months after the crime. Like, the girl went to prom. Okay. That's what she did. I can't recall exactly what I know. They checked her Google searches and she Googled something about birth control and diet pills, I think. Really? See, I missed that part. So that's the other part to that too. Yeah, but all this footage occurred after the crime? No, Rem, during the crime. What do you mean? Like, let me know what you mean in the comments. After the crime or during the crime? Because the footage that they pulled was the hospital footage. The hallway, there's a video of her. She's grabbing her hand and like putting her hand on her butt, right? And she's running to the bathroom because she has to go, right? The baby's pushing. The baby's ready to come out. And so then she comes back and you could see she's in that bathroom for like a long, long time. People are knocking at her door, asking if she's okay. You could see this from the camera. You could even see the cleaning woman take the bin out of the bathroom where the baby's at. Like you could see all of it. You could see Lexi leaving the bathroom and her socks are soaked in blood. Like that's how it was a bloody mess. That's what it was. But let me keep playing this.
That having her mom there, does that change the analysis?
I think it could cut both ways, right? I was with my dad when he was in his late 80s, and we were talking to the doctors together, and I think it was kind of important that I was there.
Sure.
She's 18. She's not 5, if that's what you mean.
Right.
But she's a young person she's there with her mother at one of the most emotional and physically potentially dangerous events in her life, a pregnancy that reaches birth. So I would like to think that the mere presence of a parent would not automatically eliminate doctor-patient privilege.
Let me ask you about this issue. So again, it seems the district court decided that way. We'll see which way the highest court, if they decide to take this case up, will decide it. Now, what about this issue? The idea that she was in custody, that she was detained, that her Miranda rights were violated. Her attorney, again, Gary Mitchell, said she didn't agree to have the doctor act as a police officer and help interrogate her with police officers in the room.
Look at this. So this was in August, literally a year ago. This is her attorney, Gary Mitchell, and she's in the back. This is the only court appearance that she's ever made. This is what we were talking about earlier.
They already had her in custody. She was not free to go. And apparently the doctor waited till police arrived to ask what had happened with the baby. What's your take on that one?
So I didn't realize till now that the police were already in the room. Okay. If police are in the room and say, "Miss, you're under arrest. She's in custody." If police are in the room and they're standing with their arms right like this, barring the door, they're creating a custodial environment. If a police officer is in the room, sitting there quietly, respectfully, I'm not sure a court would call that custody. So we would really need to know the dynamics of what's going on in that room.
So they're going to have to review all of the footage. CK, what happened? You said hello. What's going on? Y'all are going in. Are you all okay? Is New Mexico under some bizarre alternate legal system? Is 19 in New Mexico considered underage? I don't know. It's a great question. She isn't handcuffed. She wasn't handcuffed until after she delivered the placenta. That's a great question, though. I don't know. I think it's just in general. Maybe they just feel like, I mean, I do feel like you're still a kid at the age of 21, even though you're considered an adult. But was she like, what was going on? I don't know. What's the New Mexico pediatric age limit? Oh, I don't know. What is it? You said CK's having a moment. Y'all are having moments in the chat. Yeah, they never found the placenta. You're right. What does she do with that placenta? How do you flush a placenta? Can't flush a placenta down the toilet, can you? I mean, that would be horrible. Listen, I don't know how this girl delivered without saying it. I don't know.
Because Miranda warnings are about custody and the coercion, the pressure that custody would put on any of us. The second thing is, was this police directed, requested interrogation? If the police are sitting there and the doctor or the medical person is independently doing their job, I'm not sure that's interrogation.
Mm, mm.
I haven't researched that in depth. So
No, I understand.
whether a court would say, well, the police took advantage of the doctor's inquiry and that somehow makes it an interrogation, I don't know. The more
that was another question that we had, is we were talking about that. How the hell did she cut the umbilical cord? What about the placenta? Okay, so Sabrina says you can flush the placenta. I didn't know you could do that. The umbilical cord was another question that we had. So yeah, that's right. The cops didn't interrogate her. It was her mom that did. Remember, she said, Lexi, what did you do with it? Remember, she went from like Lexi to what did you do with it? Yeah, I mean, that's what she did. I don't think she ate the placenta, girl. Now that is, I mean, people do eat the placentas. I'm sorry, y'all. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, this is, I would agree. Like, you definitely have to, this is a case that makes you just kind of go crazy. Vic shout out to Vic. I hope you're doing well, love. Vic, you think she cut it with her teeth? Okay. All right. Then that tells me she knew what the hell she was doing. Like, you flush the placenta, then you cut the umbilical cord with your teeth. How did she cut the umbilical cord? No, it does not. Me, you stop. That's a great question. We don't know. Don't the Kardashians eat placentas? That's what I heard. It's like, oh, see, this is why I can't deal with you guys. I'm done. I'm quitting true crime. Ingrid said, y'all gotta stop. I'm eating my blueberry muffin. You said my brain is exploding and now my stomach is with the edible placenta cord. All right, y'all. See, this is too much. Yeah, I heard that the Kardashians, they that's how they keep their youngness. They eat placentas. That's what they do. Mm-hmm.
that the doctor deferred the questioning until the police were there. And if there's any police request, hey, doc, wait till we show up, then I think they have a claim.
All right, I'm going to stop right here. You guys go watch the rest of the video on Law and Crime. It's teen accused of dumping baby in trash faces major issues ahead of trial. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't think there's going to be a trial come August. I just don't think, I know some of us, we were ready because we wanted to talk about it. We wanted to report on it, but I don't think that there's going to be any kind of trial come August. I just don't see it. I could be wrong. Yes, it is, girl. Yes, it is. It is. Baby girl's like, true crime is getting weirder every day. Yes, it is. And it is. It is. That's why you always got to expand your, look into other things that are nicer other than true crime to help you out because it gets very weird. You think they'll do a plea deal? Oh, you ate your placenta? Some people do eat it. I mean, I heard that it's like any organ meat. I don't want to eat it. I'm just saying, Robin, no, I heard that they eat people's placentas and that's what keeps them young. The Kardashians. You say you still look young. You didn't eat your placenta. Well, that's good for you. All right, y'all. All right. Is true crime really true crime? Really true, please? No, it's not. Sometimes it isn't. You said that they get their placentas encapsulated and take those. They take pills? Placenta pills? I don't know. Do you mean you don't expect that she will be actually charged? No, I just don't think there will be a trial. I think that there'll be a trial, like not in August, because that's when everybody was planning it. It's going to get pushed back. I do feel like she'll get charged and there'll be a trial, but prosecutors aren't going to give up. And I hope that they don't, because I think that this is a situation where, this girl knew what she was doing, in my opinion. I feel for her because she's young. Don't get me wrong. But I do feel like this is something that needs to be to the forefront. Like anyways, that's just how I feel. All right, you guys, I will let you guys go. I want you all to have a great night. I want to thank everybody who supported my channel tonight. Candy Lee, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Chicken Cakes, a new member. Julie, a member for 5 months. Jill, thank you for the super sticker, the $5. Thank you. Jill, thank you for gifting again. Tiffany, thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate all of you guys, but I want you guys to tell me your thoughts in the comments if you're reviewing this. And please know, we do have a lot of Alexee Trevizo videos on the true crime side of the playlist, like from last year. So all you have to do is go scroll down over there and check them out, and that'll help you kind of stay up on that case. Okay. I will. Y'all don't have nightmares. Okay. I'm out of here. You guys have a great night. Bye. Bye. Bye.